boy. Gorgeous day. Sat in the sunshine in my half-done camper van. So I've finished taking all these panels off the rest of the van, and I am going to leave the door panels on because there's electric stuff behind them and I don't want to dabble with that. And what I will do is I will just shove a bit of insulation down there. There's a gap, and probably the same on the other side. I might cut some new ply actually to go on that door, but that one I have to take off handles and knobs and things, and I don't like the look of that, so I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna leave that on there and I'll just patch it up and paint it and tart it up. And actually it doesn't matter because it's going to get covered in, I'll put another layer of thermo foam on there, insulation, and that just sticks or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. But the thing that I'm excited about is, what I didn't realise is that it's going to be easier to fit windows than I thought. This is already cut off, and I think it'll just be a matter of I don't know, there must be a knack of just prizing that off. But the important thing is I won't have to actually cut the van panels. They're already cut. So so that's brilliant, because I was scared silly of cutting through the metal. And same on the back door as well. That's already cut. And that'll be a panel you just knock out or something, I don't know, I'll have to ask. That's a strengthening bar, so I will need to ask about that. Somebody that knows, if anybody that knows these things, let me know how important that strengthening bar is. Maybe I don't need it once the window's in, I'm not sure. So that's good news. So I'm just going to finish cleaning behind here and stick on more sound panels, sound deafening panels. I won't bother putting any on, obviously, on the window panels. I will put them on there because I don't think I want a window on here, because when I won't be doing it just yet, but when I get around to it, I'll be having a roof rack on the top and a big black plumbing tubing type thing will stick out slightly over there, and what happens is the water, it'll get filled with water, and there'll be a tap on this end and a hose fitting to come down, and a shower on the back door here, so I can have a shower out the back doors. And the black pipe, it must be black because then it attracts the heat and it heats up the water, and it won't be like, you know, it'll be lukewarm on a summer day, and but it's a good way to have free hot water, and in the summer I'll be wanting cold showers anyway, so but it can get actually quite warm in the summer, so I'm told. So I want to keep that door, that panel door there, without a window in it, and then I'll probably put some kind of shelving thing in there to keep me showery bits handy and stuff like that. Where it's gone in, I'll try and build a shelf that goes in there, so it doesn't protrude so much along where the bed is going to go, because the bed's going to go across there. Maybe just cover it over with a curtain or something when I'm in bed. Ah, getting there, slowly. So I've just been speaking utter codswallop. What is codswallop anyway? Because it's obviously a double skinned or something, the van, because this panel is on the outside of the van. And of course, I will have to cut that. So, yeah, not quite the simple job that I thought, but I am told it's relatively easy, but I think I will get someone to just help me that's a bit more skilled with a jigsaw. I have finished sound deadening the panels, except the doors. I need, well, they're going to be windows. I don't know, I might put some on. It's a waste of time putting them on if I'm going to put windows in, so I don't know, we'll see. And that door. And I'm knackered and just got done in time for migraine. My eyes are gone funny and I can't see properly. So, time to call it a day. But so far, there we go. And my boss says it's time for a rest. Hey boy, time for a lie down and a little rest. I feel a bit better. Getting the panels, getting the sound deadening on. Yeah, what a difference. What a difference. What a difference. Got nothing to compare it to. Good, eh? Well, that's that job ticked. So, time for a break. Time for paracetamol. And ibuprofen. And eyes closed. I haven't even got my tooth in. That's how much I care today. I don't know what time it is, but I think I've managed about 2 hours today. And on average, I'm managing about 2 hours work, sometimes a bit longer. Certainly no more than 4 hours a day, and approximately 3 days a week. So what's that? Add it up for me. I don't know. Say it's 3 hours on average. 3, 6, 9 hours a week. Managing 9 hours a week on the van. I need to try and get more days done. But Christ, I'm bloody determined. I really am. And I suppose this particular little natter is aimed. I'm going to aim it specifically at women and men who have a disability or or lack of self-confidence, or lack of skill even, have never done anything like this before. I've never done anything like this before. I've done similar things where, you can transfer the skills over, and you'll find it's very easy once you just go on YouTube and, have a look. That's what I did. And things I didn't know about. And ask people. Don't let it hold you back, because as a passerby said to me, every step forward is a step forward. Everything that I do, whether it's putting up one sound deadening panel or 10, like, it doesn't matter. It's just one more closer to the end goal. I'm speaking a bit gibberish because I'm really tired. But I know there's lots of people now converting their vans, and there's no big secrets to it anymore. There's no, it's becoming normal, and that's quite sad, because a lot of the reason why a lot of people are doing it is because they can't afford to live in a house. And as you know, I lived for the best part of a year in my little camper van, my little micro camper, and I spent winter months sofa surfing, and where's my tooth? There we go, that's better. And yes, I keep it tucked in my bra when it's not in my mouth. Where was I? Yes, so if I can do it in a little van, I can certainly do it in a big van. But the point is that was half by choice. I was thinking that I might find somewhere eventually to live, because I was relocating down south, but I changed my mind and came running back to Scotland because it was just too many people for me. But what am I talking about? Oh my God, my brain. So, yes, and I ended up getting somewhere else to live, and I've been living in this lovely house, renting for the last since October, thinking that this would be me living in a house again. And the rent is really reasonable, and it's affordable, but I am on housing benefit as well, so it's just the bills alone. Just the bills alone are crippling. I cannot afford. I'm in debt because I can't afford the bills. And if that's happening to me, it's happening to thousands and thousands of other people as well. And I took the decision because I've done it before, because I've lived in the van before, I can do it again. And I thought, well, the solution for me is to upsize my van. So I changed and got a bigger van, upsize my van, do it up and move into the van. It was an easy decision for me because I like the way of life. But for many people, it's not, and they have got no other choice, right? And I think once it happens and once they break into it, I think they probably realise that it's a good thing. So I'm hearing, and they've never looked back. Once upon a time, nomadic way of life was the way of life. It was normal. And there's a resurgence of that, we're going back. And I think we're getting back in touch with something deep inside us that's been lost for a long, long, long time. So don't hold back. If you want to try it, try it. You've got nothing to lose. You really haven't, because if you can't afford to live in your house, what else is there? There is nothing to lose. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any easier. The bills aren't going to go down. Oil prices might come back down again a little bit, but it's still going to be, we're going to be screwed over left, right and center, So it's a no-brainer for me. And I've got family all over the country. I've got friends all over the world, and I want to travel and see them all. And my home will always be in Scotland. Wherever that is, you know, wherever my wheels stop turning is where my home will be for that night. But home is definitely Scotland for me. Anyway, you take your home with you. Don't worry about that if you're thinking about van life, you know. I'd say that the first month is honeymoon, the second month is hell, and the third month is you find your rhythm. And when you've done an entire year, which I still haven't done an entire full year solidly in a van, but when that's done, I reckon, you know, that. So my goal is to, you know, any furniture that I've got, I'm actually going to put into a storage unit for a year. I'm giving myself a year. If I can get through an entire year without staying in a house at all, or, you know, other than a sleepover at a friend's house or whatever, but just because I want to be there, not because I have to be there, ouch, then then I'm going to get rid of everything in the storage unit, and what will fit in my van I will own, and everything else will go, because really we can't take it with us, can we? What's the point of holding on to it? Oh God. Now I'm going to rest. I'm going to close my eyes, stop talking, and get myself better. Hopefully do a little bit more tomorrow or the day after. Bye bye for now, folks. Nearly forgot the kiss.